Hey, thank you for tuning in for HiveSci EcoNews. Got some wild stuff going on in Australia today that I wanted to talk about. I don't know how familiar you are all out there with the Australian ecosystem. I'm sure Mark Reed, who's going to bed now, is probably familiar with it. But good night, Mark. And thank you for tuning in. Just when we get to talking about Australia, too. 'Tis a shame. All right, so yeah, thank you, Mystique, for updating me. Thank you for also tuning in and sticking in it with me. We will sort out all this stuff. No worries, we will get there. Anyway, so today we are going to be visiting the land down under, and we're going to be looking at the cane toad catastrophe that's going on down there. So, first and foremost, let me pull this up. Look at the size of this toad. Yes, and these guys destroy an ecosystem, right? They are voracious predators. The Australian biome was not prepared for this monster to come in and start wreaking havoc. But are they getting bigger? Yes, they are. Are they getting stronger? Yes, they are. The new wave of cane toads, faster, stronger, longer, accelerated evolutionary change in cane toads. And I'm gonna read this. I meant to get this in place previously, but I just haven't. I need to get a command, auto command, where BugBot tells me to hydrate. Now, even if I'm drinking my coffee, I want to have a bottle of water on hand, and I want you guys to make me hydrate. I'm not drinking enough water, and it's starting to show. So keep on my butt about hydrating, because I need to hydrate. I've been getting a lot of headaches and stuff like that. I'm not taking very good care of that, and I need the Hive's support to make sure I'm getting plenty of water. So I'm going to hydrate right now before I read this. It should help with maybe a bit with my throat problems too. So there's my water. Okay, so Professor Rick Shine, an Australian laureate fellow from the University of Sydney, is undertaking important research focused on protecting northern Australia's peak predators, snakes and lizards, from invasive pest species such as the cane toad. Recent research undertaken by Professor Shine and his team has shown that the annual rate of progress of the cane toad's invasion has increased fivefold since their introduction into Queensland in 1935. Cane toads expanded their range by about 10 kilometers a year during the 1940s to 60s, but are now invading new areas at an expedited rate of over 50 kilometers a year. By attaching radio transmitters to the toads, the researchers found that the toads with longer legs moved faster and are the first to arrive in a new area. They also found that the toads at the front have longer legs than those in older, long-established populations. These long-legged toads also have more endurance, traveling about half a kilometer further in a 3-day period. The researchers demonstrated that these changes in the toad's body shape, its behavior, dispersal ability, and tactics are heritable. That is, offspring resemble their parents even if they have been raised under the standard conditions. These findings indicate that evolutionary forces are likely to fine-tune organisms' traits in ways that facilitate more rapid expansion of the invading population, and that control efforts against feral organisms should be launched as soon as possible before the invaders have time to evolve into more dangerous adversaries. So you understand what's happening here, right? We have an organism that's actually evolving before our eyes, that they are getting longer legs, they are getting more endurance, they're physiologically different than the ancestral population. This is evolution in action. Of course, the ones with the longer legs that can hop longer and go further are the ones that are spreading, because those are the ones that are spreading, right? They're the ones that are filling the population niche further out, and they are. This is a terrible thing that's happening to the Australian ecosystem, but it's amazing that we can see how plastic and powerful the forces of evolution are when they find themselves in a ecology where there's nothing that can compete with them. How fast they grow and change and mutate and become these wild looking organisms like we saw back here. Let's watch this through one more time. Monstrous, absolutely huge, as big as a cat, I swear. Oh, that thing could eat a baby alligator. There was a huge frog in the. Didn't mean to do that. There was a huge frog in the fossil record, right? The Beelzebufo. Yeah. And did it pee on her? It's a toad, of course it peed on her. That's why she's wearing gloves. Have you ever picked up a toad and not had it pee on you? What world do you even live in, Dr. Tapioca Weasel? I swear. All right, so that was our little bit of eco news for you today. Hopefully that was a bit of information that you hadn't had before, that evolution is actually observable, not just in elephants losing their tusks, not just in the loss of information, the gain of having longer legs and more endurance is evident. Evolution's real, kids. It's happening before our eyes. Adaptive radiation is a thing. Thank you so much for tuning in to Live from the Hive today. I appreciate each and every one of you for hanging out with me and talking about the giant toad that is conquering Australia.